Have you ever believed something so deeply, only to realize later you only knew part of the truth? Over 700 years ago, a mystic named Mevlana Rumi shared a story. It wasn't just a tale, it was a mirror for the human mind. He called it the elephant in the dark. One day, a king decided to buy an elephant. When it arrived at the palace, he was very excited. But there was one problem. It was nighttime. The elephant was huge. The stable was dark. And the king wanted to show it off. So he invited 6 of his wisest ministers to come and feel the elephant. But they couldn't see anything. All they could do was touch different parts of its body. And guess what it was? The first minister felt the trunk and said, "Your Majesty, this creature is long and thick. It must be like a snake." The second touched the ear and said, "No, no, it's flat and wide, like a fan." The third felt the leg and declared, "You're both wrong. It's clearly a pillar." The fourth touched the back and said, "It's a throne, solid and wide." The fifth felt the tusk and proclaimed, "I say, it's a pair of dividers." And the last one touched the belly and said, "Clearly, it's a wall, hard and impenetrable." Then they stepped out of the stable and started arguing, each one certain that they were right, each one sure that the others were fools. But none of them had seen the whole elephant. Each had touched just one part and mistook it for the entire truth. So, how could they possibly know? Mevlana Rumi reflected on this with simple, timeless words. The eye of the senses sees only part. To see the truth, you must open the eye of the heart. This story isn't just about blind men and elephants. It's about us. We're all touching part of the truth, shaped by our background, our pain, our perspective. But we argue, we judge, we divide, thinking our piece is the whole. We scroll through opinions, we see conflict, we hear noise, everyone shouting, few listening, because when we listen, we might find our truth was incomplete. We might find we're wrong. We might have to change. And that feels scary. Much easier to shout than to listen. Much safer to judge than to understand. But what if, instead of shouting, we listened? What if we said, maybe I'm only seeing part of the picture. Maybe someone else is holding another piece I can't see. Maybe understanding will set me free. What if we did that in our personal lives? What if we did that in our professional lives? What if we did that in our communities? What if we stopped for a moment, paused, took a deep breath, and asked, what part of the elephant are they touching? What part might I be missing? How can I see the whole picture? Because the truth is this: we all see through a lens. We all experience the world differently. And that shapes our beliefs, our perspective, our stories. So maybe it's not about changing their mind. Maybe it's about revealing our blind spots. Maybe it's not about convincing them we're right. Maybe it's about discovering where we might be wrong. Rumi wasn't asking us to agree on everything. He was asking us to open to each other, to the unseen, to the light. He wrote, "Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving. It doesn't matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, come, whoever you are. Don't be shy. Your unworthiness is a myth. There are no strangers here. We don't host that kind of talk. Our fellowship is made up of those who tend to the wounded. Come, come, whoever you are. Drink your fill of the wine of life. You may be the very one to whom I have been hinting in these poems. For what is a poem but a silent cry? A cry that touches the soul of the world. Come, come, whoever you are. The kitchen is always open. There is enough food for everyone. And if you are hungry and thirsty, my friends, come, come home. We don't need to fight over truth. We need to walk toward it together. The next time you disagree with someone, pause. Ask, what part of the elephant are they touching? What part might I be missing? How can I see the whole picture? What part of me needs to be healed? What part of me needs to be changed? How can I become more, not right, but whole? And in that wholeness, we discover the beauty of our brokenness. We discover the strength in our scars. We discover the truth in our hearts. What you don't is the path. Inspired by Mevlana, Rumi.